You've got a friend in me. I wonder how much Coca-Cola paid for the rights to use some of these lyrics. I don't know. But anyways, if you're wondering why I'm enjoying this ice-cold can of Diet Coke, currently it's over 100 degrees right now where I am, so it's definitely way too hot. I mean, I guess you could say it's hotter than B. Arthur in a thong bikini. If you're familiar with the Golden Girls, then you know what I'm talking about. You know, right? So, anyways, getting on here. I was recently tagged by Roya Eve Reads for the New York Times by the book tag, and definitely appreciated her tagging me. She's a cool YouTube booktuber. If you're not familiar with her or her channel, I'll of course provide a link to her channel down below in the description area box thing. I don't know if it's called an area or box, or I guess either one will do. So I'll just jump right into it here. First question is, what book is on your nightstand now? Well, I don't know. I guess I kind of have like a makeshift nightstand. And right now, pretty much for the most part, and you can see behind me, the books right there are not even all the books in my collection, but pretty much whatever books are on there are books that I've already read or am currently rereading. So I don't know, off the top of my head I would say Walden by Henry David Thoreau, I don't know, Catcher in the Rye. Yeah. Question number 2. What was the last truly great book that you read? Oh, so for me this would be kind of a toss-up. Would be kind of an even, what's the word, tie, I guess. That would be Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, and Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jesse Andrews. I have those right here. Yeah, Catcher in the Rye and Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. Must be because both of these books, when I first read Catcher in the Rye quite some time ago, I know, just really, I immediately fell in love with the entire story. But not only that, just the character Holden Caulfield really reminded me of myself. And then of course with Me and Earl and the Dying Girl, this book, especially the character Earl, made me laugh out loud so many times. And by the way, if you haven't read either of these, I do recommend reading them as soon as possible. As soon as possible. So, question number 3. If you could meet any writer, dead or alive, who would it be? What would you want to know? For me, that'd be RL Stine. Of course, RL Stine is the writer of all those Goosebumps books, also the Fear Street books and several other series. But for me, I prefer his Goosebumps series. And if you know me, if you've been watching my videos for a while, and you've seen that video I did about some of my favorite Goosebumps books, then you know how much I like it. So yeah, for me that'd be R.L. Stine, and I guess I would just like to know what his writing routine is like, because I know that different writers have their own writing routine, and some write early in the morning, some write late at night, and I don't know, for me I tend to just write down my ideas whenever I can, just whenever they pop into my head. So yeah, that's what I like to know. Number 4, what books might we be surprised to find on your shelves? Uh, I guess that would be, I have copies of these old books from the 1940s and 1950s. And I don't even remember the titles, but I do remember that I got them on eBay a couple of years ago just because they were so cheap. And I guess you could say today we would consider them to be pretty racist, just because the way they describe different cultures and I mean, I don't know. I mean, not obviously I don't consider myself to be a racist person, but I guess it's just I don't know. I felt that pretty much those kinds of books, even though they're very prejudiced, I still feel they serve as an important reminder of how far mankind has come. So yeah. Number 5. How do you organize your personal library? I don't really organize it. I kind of wish I did, but I don't really organize it. I mean, unless you count whatever I'm currently reading. I guess I have like a currently reading pile, and then to be read pile. But other than that, I don't really organize them. Number 6. What book have you always meant to read and haven't gotten around to yet? Or anything you feel embarrassed never to have read. Okay, so for me, it would be the Harry Potter series. And I know, amongst the booktube community, the entire Harry Potter series is a big deal to a lot of people. But honestly, to me, I mean, I read the first book a while ago, and then I started reading a bunch of other series, and never got around to reading the other books. And I mean, I don't know. Unless some of you fellow booktubers out there feel that I really should read the other books, or I mean, I'll attempt to read it. I mean, I guess maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe sometime by the beginning of next month I'll give the other books a shot. So number 7. What book did you feel you were supposed to like but didn't? Do you remember the last book you put down without finishing? So definitely Twilight. I tried to read Twilight. I read most of the first Twilight book, and but then granted, I mean, I guess obviously I'm not its target audience, but yeah. And then the other part, do you remember the last book you put down without finishing? That would definitely be 50 Shades of Grey. And I mean, I know that book is supposed to be controversial, and because of all the BDSM stuff, but I didn't. To me, it didn't seem that controversial. I don't know. But yeah, number 8. What kinds of stories are you drawn to? Usually, the kinds of stories I'm drawn to are science fiction. I guess suspense, mystery. Not too many mysteries. And also, I guess, anything that just has a very unique writing style. I definitely like reading those. And I also like reading a lot of biographies, autobiographies, memoirs, and yeah, I don't know, and also anything that has to do with mental illness, the study of mental illness, or just a story about somebody coping with mental illness, and yeah. Any to stay clear of. Yeah, definitely I always stay clear of cheesy romance novels, and those ones that you see like at the supermarket or a lot of other stores with some like buff guy on the cover, and he's holding a woman who looks like she's passed out from the amount of passion she feels for him or something. I will admit that those covers are pretty expertly done. I mean, the artwork, at least on the covers, is pretty good. But yeah, I feel no reason to read one of those. But hey, if you do like those, then I don't know, more power to you. Number 9. If you could require the president to read one book, what would it be? Definitely, I would say it would be a toss-up between two, either Catcher in the Rye or Leaves of Grass. I got my copy of Leaves of Grass here by Walt Whitman. This is an edition from the 1950s, I believe. But yeah, I would say, why not give him a choice? So I would definitely recommend either Catcher in the Rye or Leaves of Grass. So the last question, number 10, is what do you plan to read next? That is this one, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And I've already started reading it, and of course it's also part of my TBR pile. And I started reading it this month. So far I really like it. I definitely like it, and I like the fact that it includes a lot of these interesting photos. I'm trying to find an example. Yeah, like this picture. It's like some kind of tunnel. Yeah, I really like it so far. So, yeah. There you go. Those are the questions for New York Times by the book tag. And I guess now it's time for me to tag other people. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and tag, Jordan, aka the Bookie Babe. I'll provide a link to her channel. And Jen from Batman Reads Books. I'll provide a link to her channel. Yeah, I don't know who else to tag. Well, then I guess, I'll tag anybody else. If you're watching this and this looks like a cool tag to do, yeah, I'll just tag anybody else who wants to do it. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, keep it real, keep on rocking. Peace.